Hello and welcome to News on the Hour. I am Impriya Kurumale. The President of the Senate has assured Nigerians that there will be a change in the pattern it carries out its oversight functions. Ahmed Lawan said this while playing host to members of the Senate Press Corps led by its chairman, Ezra Tabio, who said he paid him a courtesy visit. He promised an effective oversight of the legislative arm of government from conception to delivery. Also, the chairman of the Senate Press Corps, Ezra Tabio, congratulated Ahmed Lawan on his victory and appealed for seamless collaboration with the media.
As a legislature, we also have that enviable role of oversighting the executive arm of government. That much we will do, and in fact, we will even try to structure our oversight process not as we did it before. We want to see an oversight that is structured from conception to the presentation of reports by our committees to the plenary of the Senate at all times. We want to ensure that whoever is given a responsibility on the side of the executive discharges that responsibility. When Mr. President recruits or appoints a minister, the minister is expected to help Mr. President perform those duties assigned to him. And we are going to ensure that those who are supposed to work with us in such a fashion and manner that we are able to together deliver the services. But we are not going to have unnecessary rancor or going to market to throw stones. We are going to be absolutely focused, absolutely determined to ensure that Nigerians are taken to the next level of development. In the process of governance, we are expected to work with the executive arm of government. We are supposed to have a relationship of complementarity. We are supposed to have a relationship that is based on cooperation, collaboration, synergy, and partnership. We are not in contestations, and we will not be in contestations with the executive arm of government. We are meant to serve the same people. It's one thing to be the leader of the Senate and the National Assembly, and it's entirely another thing to work and succeed. And probably that is the most difficult challenge. So while appreciating what you have done in terms of supporting us to be where we are, I want to also invite you and urge you to come along with us in this very historic and important journey to nation building.
Some of the reasons why we decided to embark on this courtesy visit was one, to actually make it a platform on which we were going to extend congratulatory message to you. Secondly, to also come up with workable strategies which would ensure that we have a harmonious working relationship in the National Assembly, and to also ensure that we also get your cooperation in ways that will enhance our productivity level as members of the Senate Press Corps.
The Nigerian Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, has debunked rumors of the 9th National Assembly becoming a rubber stamp. Lawan says the parliament is an aggregate assemblage of the people that have equal status, and the parliament will be looking to work with the executive to better the lives of Nigerians and the nation. He stated this to State House correspondents after meeting with Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo.
My comment is that a parliament is not a primary school or a secondary school where you have a headmaster or a principal that will dictate to his students. Parliament, those who know what parliament is an aggregate or an assemblage of people that have equal status. Being elected as Senate President does not mean that I'm the boss of these other senators. I'm simply to coordinate and lead and aggregate views and lead debates. And whoever is in majority, that will be the decision of the Senate appropriately and accordingly. So there will be nothing like rubber stamp. So far, I have never seen a National Assembly that had a rubber stamp leadership, and I've been around for 20 years to know if there was one. But one thing I must tell you is that while we desire to remain sufficiently on our track, we will ensure that oversight function is properly carried out, but will cooperate fully and give total support to the administration to ensure that there's good governance.
The governor of Ogun State, Dr. Abiodun, has stated that his administration will be aiming to boost the agricultural sector of Ogun State as it is an opportunity to impact the lives of the citizens. Also, the governor of Borno State, Babangana Zulum, has stated that Borno State's government is collaborating with the military to tackle the menace of insecurity in the northeast state. Both governors stated this to State House correspondents after a one-on-one meeting behind closed doors with President Muhammadu Buhari.
And that I'm leveraging on what the president has successfully done nationwide. He's launched, for this administration, the biggest thing they've done is on food security. Today, we have almost stopped importing rice completely. That is something that this government has done that has not been talked about enough. And for us in Ogun State, we are placing a premium on agriculture. We see this as an opportunity to directly impact people's lives. So we are tapping into the CBN's agricultural scheme, which is the Anchor Borers program. And what we are planning to do in Ogun State is our farmers, our cooperative, we've met with them. We are grouping them into groups that we are going to allocate land to them, about a hectare each, and we're starting with about 10,000 farmers. And these farmers are going to enjoy a partnership between us and CBN. We're going to give them the land. CBN will help them in clearing the land. They will give them seedlings. They will give them fertilizer. We will offer to them extension services, and they will also guarantee some buyback. So if you imagine you have 10,000 farmers that are enjoying a scheme like this, it reduces the number of employment. And you can imagine the number of, the impact, in terms of multiplier effect in their families. So we hope that in the next 3 years, we can multiply this to at least 250,000 farmers. If every state does this, not only will we have, we'll have the issue of food security will be guaranteed, would have directly affected people's lives. It would have empowered people as well. So these are the kind of things that I shared with the president. I also shared with him my education vision.
Well, the government of Borno State is collaborating well with the military and other paramilitary to ensure that the citizens are being protected. Especially on my own part, I'm trying to strengthen the local people. That means the community to be resilient enough, especially by providing them with logistics like vehicles and others, so that they should also make some certain surveillances, support the military. But by and large, our discussions with the military have gone well, and we are doing everything possible within our reach to ensure that stability has come to the people of Borno State. You are aware that we had some incidents last 2 to 3 days ago, where about 40 people were killed in Kondaga. I'm not 100% in support of this notion, but by and large we are aware. But the step that the president is willing to take will virtually bring that issue into standstill.
The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to make power easily accessible to Nigerian industries as a way of strengthening the manufacturing sector. This was done as one of the suggestions made by MAN when its National Council paid a courtesy visit to President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. The delegation, which was led by MAN President Mansour Ahmed, told State House correspondents that strengthening the economy of the country will require constant availability of power.
Strengthening the economic base, particularly in areas such as infrastructure, especially power and transport infrastructure. As you know, the manufacturing sector in particular depends almost critically on the availability of stable electricity and the availability of a condition in the environment which continues to support growth and to support investment.
So what advice are you giving on power? How is he going to go about it?
Yeah, we have suggested to His Excellency Mr. President that in the short run, the current availability of power can be improved by executing the program that was established by the power industry through eligible customer arrangement, which enables those industries that draw large quantums of power to draw directly from the grid rather than through distribution companies. We believe that if that is done, three things will happen. First, the stranded power that is still not able to reach the consuming public can then be utilized. That will increase revenue to the power industry.
Still watching news on the hour. We'll go for a break and return. Do stay with us.
Democracy allows for fair hearing. This is reckless. This is ungodly.
When news break, we engage experts in critical analysis.
Do you see your party coming into power come 2019?
This administration will succeed and succeed well.
You cannot be running a 4-year tenure like you are running a 20-year tenure.
He has done fairly well, especially where insurgency and terrorism is concerned.
Then it gets controversial.
They have a right to their opinion.
Can we, very interesting gentlemen, just hold on.
I am about principle and I'm about thought.
Now, you see, let me
say this.
So that our soldiers will be free. We should also ask for justification.
Core Digest, your #1 program for current issues.
Welcome back. You can get more of our stories on our social media platforms on Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also tweet at us at CoreTV News NG on Twitter and follow us on Instagram at CoreTV News. Watch our top stories and live reports on youtube.com/CoreTV News NG. The Kogi State Council of Traditional Rulers have called for more federal government presence in the state. The council, led by its president, Atta of Igala, Michael Oboni, made the appeal to President Muhammadu Buhari while on a courtesy visit to the president's office. State House correspondent Tayoba Mekbashir completes the report.
The traditional rulers were of the opinion that having demonstrated great support towards APC's victory in the state last February, the people of the state deserve to upgrade their list of demands from the federal government.
The chairman of Kogi Traditional Council, the Atta Igala, the president said he had come to upgrade what the president called the shopping list. Since we voted for the president, and as usual, as Oliver Twist, we must demand for our rights. So we decided to upgrade the list of our demands from Kogi State. And I'm pleased to inform you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, that the president has graciously alluded to most of our requests, and has told us that we should go home and tell our people that he has us at the back of his mind, and that he was going to approach most of these issues as they arise. And thirdly, we had to reintroduce our governor. Some people in the media, social media, they already say we are playing politics. We are not playing politics, we are being realistic. When you are realistic, you say things as they are. We came to reintroduce our governor to the president and demanded for normal support since they belong to the same party. The issue of endorsement is not here. The people at home had already endorsed His Excellency Alhaji Yahya Bello for second term.
The traditional rulers also used the interface to reintroduce Governor Yahya Bello to the president as the APC candidate endorsed by the people of Kogi State for a second term.
The leader of this particular delegation is no any other person other than the Atta Igala, Michael Ame Oboni II, the President, Kogi State Council of Chiefs. He led all the royal fathers to pay this particular courtesy call on Mr. President. I am just a messenger who took the message earlier to Mr. President just a few days ago to secure this appointment. And as their son, I just needed to accompany them to see our president. And as earlier stated, Mr. President, in his usual manner of receiving everybody, he gave us a very warm reception and appreciated what we're doing in Kogi State.
The visitors also prayed for the continued good health of Mr. President so that his aspirations at this critical period of the nation's history will be realized. From the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Ayobami Kwashe, reporting for CoreTV News.
The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has commended President Muhammadu Buhari on the success of his government at reaching rural citizens of the Niger Delta region. Akwan also called on the president to consider appointing Nelson Brambaifa in substantive capacity as Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Akwan has added that the association is confident that appointing Brambaifa will fast-track a robust program in the areas of empowerment, security, education and provision of infrastructure, especially in the Niger Delta region.
We have commenced the immediate collation of signatures of our members to take to the presidency for his confirmation. May we use this medium to appeal to President Muhammadu Buhari, the people's president, to appoint only efficient hands who will help him in achieving his policies and fulfill his campaign promises. As a listening president, we are sure Mr. President will act again as he did when he approved about 200 billion naira intervention fund for higher institutions after our request to him during the meeting we had with him on the 3rd of January 2019. In complementing his robust programs in areas of economic empowerment and security, education and provision of infrastructures, especially in the Niger Delta region, Professor Nelson Brambaifa's confirmation is key to the transformation of the people and impacting agency.
QDOX and NOX have continued to trail the emergence of a new speaker for the 7th Assembly of Edo State House of Assembly and the inauguration of the 9 members elect out of 24 elected members have continued to attract reaction from different quarters in the state. Valentine Osumbo has details in this report.
I, Honorable Francis Abumere Omolume Okiye,
do solemnly swear
that
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
to
the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that
as Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly,
I
will discharge my duties
to
the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the law, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Edo State House of Assembly has 24 members elect, and many had waited for the swearing-in of the newly elected members to no avail. When news filtered in that 9 members out of the 24 have been sworn in and a speaker elected from amongst them, the reaction were diverse. While some supported the swearing-in, others were clear that the process was faulty and an abuse of the nation's laws. Some legal practitioners who spoke to CoreTV News in Benin say the move is wrong and a negation of the principles of democratic governance.
The quorum of 1/3 of those present, if there's 1/3 of those present, meaning that assuming there were 12 people, 1/3 of 12 is 4. That those, then a quorum can be formed out of those present. So, indeed and in truth, what happened in Edo State House of Assembly passed that litmus test because a quorum was formed of the people present. There are 24 members, ceteris paribus, all things being equal. Indeed, and in truth, the 24 members don't have to be present at every meeting. When a matter of importance comes up, those present need to form a...
In same vein, The remaining members who were denied inauguration briefed newsmen on the action, describing it as an act capable of breaching the peace in the state.
Calling for, or what we called for yesterday, is that arm be set in motion. Only that was done at about 3:30. We rounded up that exercise yesterday. By 19 of us physically present. Time from the 19 from 24, what is left is 5. What they needed, according to them, because they lacked understanding of what quorum would mean, what they meant was that they needed extra 3 or 4, just to have 8 or 9. As the case may be, what led them to doing what they did yesterday was their understanding, a wrong understanding, that all they needed was a quorum. And what is the definition of this quorum? There can be no quorum until a house is properly inaugurated. What the law requires is inauguration of the entire members. But what they failed to do, being in a hurry, they went into that section, looked for 8 numbers, got 9 after kidnapping 4 of them, inaugurated the house, and they called it a proper inauguration. What is also new to, maybe new to you today, is that our brothers flanked here today, also in this conference, or in this briefing, is to tell you the wickedness of the heart of men. I have listened to what they did today, what they did yesterday, in that inauguration that was done at about 9:30 at night, a nocturnal inauguration.
With the recent happenings, one thing is clear, and it is that all is not well in the 7th Assembly, and that the alleged friction between the governor and his predecessor may be real.
The acting registrar of the National Examination Council, NECO, Abubakar Gana, says the establishment of the examination body in 1999 was a wake-up call to the West African Examination Council, which is now living up to its responsibility. Gana stated this when he was conferred with Merit Award of Excellence by the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, in Minna, the Niger State capital. Our correspondent Gloria Ikiba has the report.
The establishment of NECO in 1999 as an indigenous examination body did not only break the monopoly but has permanently resolved the problem of delayed admissions by tertiary institutions due to failure to release senior secondary school examination results on time. According to the NECO boss, the body came into being as a result of agitations of the citizenry of the country on issues associated with the then West African Examination Council, which was responsible for examining the final year students in secondary schools.
We have given WAEC a wake-up call. They are now living to their responsibility. If you may recall, there were times in the past that universities and other tertiary institutions had to wait for a very long period for them to admit students. So by our coming, we started spending just 90 days after the last paper to release itself, which were hitherto 3-4 months before. We started like that. As I speak with you today, the last release we had was 43 days after the last paper.
The student body led by the NANS Senate President, Comrade Abubakar Gambo, passed a vote of confidence on the acting registrar and calls on President Muhammadu Buhari to confirm Ghana as substantive registrar of the council.
And on the flip side, we could not restrain our body from commending this torrent of novel achievements recorded in the council, which are in strict compliance with Mr. President's desire for a corrupt-free and highly efficient public sector system that should propel Nigeria to greatness.
The acting registrar says there are changes ongoing in NECO and it will be visible by the public soon in the conduct of the examination in the days ahead. Recently, as a result of the prudent management of resources, there has been a reduction of registration fees for NECO examination. Gloria Kiba, CoreTV News, Abuja.
And that's a wrap on News on the Hour this morning. I'm Priya Krumale. Good morning.
CoreTV. You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
Hello and welcome to CoreTV Primetime News broadcast.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. and Facebook. Click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
If you are not idle, nobody will probably come and encourage you to join their gang or the group.
Yes. To keep Nigeria one is a must that must be done. Nigeria is not going to break.
So if I want to buy this one now, how much you go sell this one?
I will free give you 500.
Sure, this one?
Yes.
This small banana?
Yes.
I know that Buhari can do it. He has a lot of plans.
We should be praying for him. He's a human being. Anything can happen to anybody.
The majority of the law they pass belong to them, to favor them, not the masses in Nigeria.
If we want to change, let's change generally. Don't let's change half. Let's change generally.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
CoreTV News now live on all Androids.
Hello and welcome. This is CoreTV.
Download CoreTV News app from your Play Store. Click on the menu to see all our top stories from politics, sports, business, foreign news and live TV to watch us live on your mobile.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
You can also click on video to see all our YouTube videos. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Democracy allows for fair hearing. This is reckless. This is ungodly.
When news break, we engage experts in critical analysis.
Do you see your party coming into power come 2019?
This administration will succeed and succeed well. You cannot be running a 4-year tenure like you are running a 20-year tenure.
He has done fairly well, especially where insurgency and terrorism.
Then it gets controversial.
They have a right to their opinion. Can we, very interesting gentlemen, just hold on.
I am about principle and I'm about force.
Now, you see, let me say this.
So that our soldiers will be free. We should also ask for justification.
Core Digest, your #1 program for current issues.
If you are not idle, nobody will probably come and encourage you to join their gang or the group.
Yes. To keep Nigeria one is a must that must be done. Nigeria is not going to break.
So if I want to buy this one now, how much you go sell this one?
I will free give you 500.
Sure, this one?
Yes.
This small banana?
Yes.
I know that Buhari can do it. He has a lot of plans.
We should be praying for him. He's a human being. Anything can happen to anybody.
The majority of the law they pass belong to them, to favor them, not the masses in Nigeria.
If we want to change, let's change generally. Don't let's change half. Let's change generally.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Another episode of your darling program, The People. Well, you may be wondering what I'm doing inside this market. I'm here to talk to traders and even buyers concerning the second term of President Muhammadu Buhari and what are Nigerians saying at this time. Right here inside Obade Kombi, King's Market, Ogun State, Nigeria. Well, let's hit inside this market to feel the pulse of Nigerians concerning his second term bid. I'm talking about President Muhammadu Buhari. See you inside this market.
The people, the people, the people, giving voice to the voiceless.
Good afternoon. So how market? Which market we need?
Obade Kombi, international market.
Okay, now we President Buhari don't enter. You dey happy?
I dey happy.
Why you waiting make you happy?
Because everything, food, everything don't come down. For example, see this garri, now 300 naira for beans. See this one, 450. See the beans. Beans is 1,000 naira for beans. Well, low is 1,005. A big rice, 1,150. White small rice, 1,002.
So you say this bill is not how much?
If you don't come down now, pay before it's 1,006. Past 5 years ago, but now it's 1,000 naira.
1,000 naira
yes.
for things. Which kind is this one?
This one is drum.
Drum.
Yes, sir.
This one Aulu Yabi.
This one is 1,005 for pigs.
That's good. So now Buhari make a come down now.
Now Buhari, now say Baba. Say Baba. We give glory to God.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I can see inside the market. What are you doing here?
I come to buy things like rice, beans, and so on and so forth.
So what do you make about the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari?
We are happy, but we only want him to see to our own issue also as we voted in him.
What issue?
To let everything come down. So it makes our roads, especially this Lagos-Ibadan expressway, let him repair it for us.
Market women say things don't come down now.
A little bit, not like before. We want it to come down more.
What is your advice to him?
Our advice to him now make him help the poor masses. As we masses don't vote him in, we want make himself see to our own issue also.
Madam, whether I agree to you?
I agree to it too, sir.
So, how market now?
Fine, thank you, sir.
What do they sell for this market?
They sell food stuff.
Food stuff. So, things don't come down?
Not like before. Before we know many things were cheap. But now, they have increased a little bit.
Tell us those things we don't increase.
Like rice. Before, we know the time when pet of rice was 700 naira. It was buy pet of rice 700. But now pet of rice is still 1,000 something. So we want it to come down. Because we have seen many of the poor, they could not able to handle their family. But now, when many things come down, we know that everybody will be happy.
You happy say Baba don't enter second time?
We give glory to God because everything in life is about the will of God. Maybe God think is the one that can do it very well, so he lets him be there.
Okay, so what will be your advice for him?
I want to tell him that he should not let the people to confuse him, and I also want to tell him that he should walk according to the will of God. He should not walk according to himself alone. Everything he wants to do in Nigeria, let him have the fear of God. Because everything with the fear of God, I believe everything will be fine.
President Muhammadu Buhari has won the second term bid. What can you say about that?
Congratulations to him. And I pray that his returning to the seat should be good to the masses. That should please do something for the masses. We masses are suffering. We traders, we need help from him. We are in Ogun State. We need the president to come to our aid by helping us. They are giving Lagosians, they are giving them money, whatever, to do their trade, as in assisting them. They should come to our aid. So we've not seen anything in Ogun State. The government should please help us.
So what would be your advice to him?
My advice to President Muhammadu is for him to follow up with his all his workers, those that he is heading, because he may be doing it and others, those that are following him, are not doing it. So he should monitor whatever he is putting on ground for the traders or the masses.
Yes, I'm really happy. You know, the reason why I'm happy is that if you don't know what this government have been doing, it is then you will not see the value of this government. Because this government, as far as I'm concerned, he has started rearranging some things from the foundation, which has not been there for a while. But now he's doing it. But since people are so concerned about what they are having or what they are not having now, they didn't know that the journey of 1,000 might start by taking steps. He's been taking steps in the right direction. Though it may be difficult, people may be shouting, but I know for entrepreneurs, we are still coming back to have the benefit of this government. I believe in this government. I believe in him. I believe in some of the information that he's doing, and I know we will get there very soon.
Are you happy that Buhari won second time?
I'm very happy.
You can't hold the mic.
Okay.
Are you happy that Buhari won the second time?
Very happy that he won.
Why are you happy?
Because I believe him. I know that I can do something in Nigeria today.
So what's your advice to him?
My advice to him is just he should be focused to Nigerians, because if he doesn't focus, there's a lot of distraction.
So I want to be focused on what the plan you have for Nigeria.
I'm very, very happy because I'm APC member in Lagos State. My father husband is Commissioner Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, which is Honorable Muslim Falami. My own husband is PA to the Commissioner Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs in Lagos State. So I was very, very excited. Next level, inshallah.
What next level are they giving us?
They are
saying next level of poverty.
No, next level of increasing many things. The road, health, schools, many things. This Nigeria will become a better place for us by God's grace. This next level.
Well, I greet you.
Good afternoon.
How market?
I'm fine.
Are you sure you're fine?
Yes, sir.
Since they move?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now we worry don't enter second time. We dey happy.
God is great. It's going higher. The market is moving. We still give God the glory that we still alive. That the election successful, no more accident, no more robbing, no more killing, no more sharing blood, and we still give God the glory that we still alive again.
Yeah, actually the price is not too bad, though some things are a little bit expensive, while some are on the average side, but then afterwards it's not too bad.
The second term bid of President Muhammadu Buhari he has won the election. What can you say about it?
Well, we hope that things get better this time. Probably they'll be able to get it right this time, because the last time was not very good with people. A lot of people suffered. There was increase in price of things, but we hope that this time things will get better. At least we can get things at affordable and cheaper rates.
Advice to him. Your advice to President Muhammadu Buhari?
Well, my advice to him is for him to listen to the voice of the people. I'm sure the people are talking, but I don't know if it's getting to him. So I want him to listen to the voice of the people that voted him in.
To me personally, it doesn't make me believe all their testimony. Paying school fees nowadays, renew house rents, parents taking care of their children, husband being responsible to his wife is nowadays a very tight thing, and I will advise him as a father and as a grandfather, a great grandfather, to see to the economy of this country, to make things more easier for the masses, so that an average family will be able to feed his or her family, be able to responsible as a parent. Some husband has run away from the home because of the tight, how tight the economy is. Some wife have left children to her husband and ran because she cannot bear it any longer. Some businesses has closed, and yet we are hearing we did this, we did that. Until all this begin to reflect on an average Nigerian, like we that are in the market, we find it difficult. People that patronized us before, that buy things very well, they are unable to buy again. They have little money, they manage their resources. So let it flow. Let Nigeria enjoy themselves, at least to an extent, so that they feel the dividend of this democracy that we are talking about.
Did you vote for Buhari?
Actually, I did not vote for anybody. And I have my reasons. Most people, when you with all your strength, you want to vote. We are only going to do our PVC, we get injured. I was afraid. The Nigerian politics is turning to a masquerade.
They don't do it.
Oh no, I don't talk.
Where's that?
I don't talk.
I don't talk. Why no good, boy? They look fresh every day now.
Na God do. Na God.
You sure say na God?
They are no of God.
Now when Buhari don't win second time, what you get to talk?
I don't have what I have to say is that God will. In fact, God will take control. God will take control.
Why you? I know that God.
Because I so much believe in God. I don't believe it.
Did you vote for Buhari?
Because I didn't vote. I don't have PVC. I tried to get. I didn't get. Yes, I tried to get. I didn't get.
So are you happy that you won?
If God says yes, who am I? So I'm happy. Yeah, if God says yes, who am I? If it is the will of God, let him continue. But if it is not the will of God, one way or the other.
The people, giving voice voice to the voiceless.
Wow, welcome back. This is how we call it today. Very interesting time. Staying with traders and buyers inside Obadekombi King's Market, Opik in Ogun State. And you had Nigerians